to Let's Talk Mental Health, a platform to cover all things mental wellness, from conversations around mental health issues, demystifying mental illnesses, healing from trauma, the benefits of therapy, and ways to improve your well being. I'm Elsie, the psychologist, and I hope we can grow into a community of people who have a deeper understanding of mental health and how to better take care of it. Bear in mind that mental health is mental wealth. According to WHO, mental health is a state of mental well being that enables people to cope with the stresses of life, realize their abilities, learn well and work well, and contribute to their community. Did you know that mental health is a universal human right? Well, it is crucial to personal, community, and socioeconomic development. The green ribbon that you see here is the universal sign for mental health. People normally put it on World Mental Health Day, which is on October 10th of every year. Why is mental health important? What's with all the buzz? Take care of your mental health, from posters to banners to social media posts about mental health. Well, your mental health is an important part of your well being. This aspect of your welfare determines how you're able to operate psychologically, emotionally, and socially, among others. Considering how much of a role your mental health plays in each aspect of your life, it's important to guard and improve psychological wellness using appropriate measures. Different circumstances affect your mental health. Every person will have to face struggles at different stages in their life, and a healthy and sound body will ensure you face the situations bravely. However, it is strong mental health that will help you get through. So, I described mental health as a state of well being where a person is able to cope with normal stresses of life. However, different circumstances exist and they may affect the ability to handle life's curveballs. Let's look at some of these risk factors for mental health. Number one is childhood abuse. When a child has been exposed to physical assault, sexual violence, emotional abuse, or neglect, then this can lead to severe mental and emotional distress. In fact, abuse increases the risk of developing mental disorders like depression, anxiety, post traumatic stress disorder, and personality disorders. Children who have been abused may eventually deal with alcohol and substance use issues. But beyond mental health challenges, child abuse may also lead to medical complications such as diabetes, stroke, and other forms of heart disease. Number two, the environment. A strong contributor to mental well being is the state of a person's usual environment. Some adverse environmental circumstances can have a very negative impact on your wellness. For instance, weather conditions may influence an increase in suicidal cases. Likewise, experiencing natural disasters firsthand can increase the chances of developing PTSD. In certain cases, air pollution may produce negative effects on depression symptoms. In contrast, living in a positive social environment can provide protection against mental challenges. 3. Genetics. Your biological makeup could determine the state of your well being. A number of mental health disorders have been found to run in families and may be passed down to members. Some of these conditions include autism, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, which is known as ADHD, bipolar disorder, depression, and schizophrenia. 80% of people who have these mental illnesses have a relative who also has this mental illness. It could be a grandparent, it could be a parent, it could be a great grandparent. Or lifestyle. Your lifestyle can impact your mental health. Smoking, a poor diet, alcohol consumption, substance abuse, risky sexual behavior may cause psychological harm. These behaviors have been linked to depression, especially taking too much alcohol. Let's look at some of the signs of mental health problems. One, we have appetite changes. In this instance, either someone eats too much or eats too little. Two, we have sleeping problems. So, someone either sleeps too much or barely gets enough sleep. The optimum number of hours someone is supposed to sleep is 6 to 7 to 8 hours, depending on the kind of person they are, the kind of activities they have. Anything below 6 hours is not enough. Anything above 8 hours, close to 10, 12, or 13 hours, is too much. Three, we have severe mood swings. So this person goes through a cycle of emotions. One moment they're happy, the next moment they're sad, the next moment they're irritable. And this is not mood changes within a day or within 2 days. There might be a quick instant change in mood, 30 or an hour before they were happy, maybe in the next hour they're sad, and then in the other hour they are irritated. Four, we have weight changes. Now, the weight is in relation to the appetite changes. So, either someone is gaining too much weight or losing too much weight. Five, we have feeling anxious or worried. A little bit of anxiousness and worry is enough, but if you spend the whole day feeling worried, that is not a good sign. And six, we have thinking of self harm or harming others. This mainly manifests in your thoughts where you want to do something to yourself. So, someone might think about banging their head on the wall or piercing their skin or slapping themselves, or they might think of doing what I have just explained to someone else. So they might think of slapping someone, pushing them on the wall, or slicing them. Whatever it is, it's just harm towards the other person. These signs have to exist together, they cannot exist separately. So someone might be experiencing appetite changes, but they're sleeping for the 6 or 8 hours and their moods are okay. Or someone might experience mood sleeping problems, but their weight is still okay and they're not feeling anxious. The minimum number of signs someone can experience before we decide that they have a mental health issue are these six that I have explained. There are many more, but just these six all together, those are the indicators that there is a mental health. Here are some of the benefits of good mental health. One, you have a strong ability to handle stress. Now, let's be honest, stress is inevitable, and at some point, we have all experienced stress. What matters is the ability to handle stress, to overcome stress, to manage stress. Stress is present, but when we have a good mental health, we are able to handle it or even see it in a positive way. Two, we have a positive self image. Mental health greatly correlates with personal feelings about yourself. Overall, your mental wellness plays a part in your self esteem. Confidence can often be a good indicator of a healthy mental state. A person whose mental health is flourishing is more likely to focus on the good in themselves. There is also healthier relationships. If your mental health is in good standing, you might be more capable of providing your friends and family with quality time, affection, and support. When you're not in emotional distress, it's easier to show up and support the people you care about. Then we have better productivity. Dealing with depression and other mental health disorders can impact your productivity levels. If you feel mentally strong, it's more likely that you will be able to work more efficiently and provide higher quality of work. Lastly, is higher quality of life, which I've just mentioned. When mental well being thrives, your quality of life may improve. This even gives you room for better participation in community building. For example, you may begin to volunteer in shelters, orphanages, centers, social centers, wherever you feel you want to make an impact in society. Since mental health is so important to general wellness, it's important that you take care of it. To keep your mental health in shape, you need to have practices in your life, such as a healthy diet. And a healthy diet encompasses making sure that you have food that is from all food groups, from your proteins to carbohydrates to vitamins to minerals, and learning how to balance your plate and knowing how to portion the carbohydrates together with the vitamins, together with the protein, together with the minerals. Secondly, a proper sleep routine. It is important for you to decide at what time do you go to bed, whether it's 9 p.m. or 10 p.m. Also considering the kind of activity you do throughout the day, getting those 7 hours of sleep is very important because that gives your body enough time to rest, reboot, and recharge so that you can seize the next day. Three is regular exercise. Exercise is one of the best mood enhancers. It just puts you in a good mood. Exercise stimulates what we call your happy hormones, endorphins. And once those are stimulated, that gives your body an overall boost and it just gives you a feel good effect. It also makes sure that different parts of your body are working together to ensure that you have the right amount of energy you need for the exercise. Four, you have to keep in touch with your loved ones. Maintaining those friendships and bonds with your friends and family is very important for your well being. Remember, human beings are social beings and you are bound to interact. So, having that supportive community around you, supportive group, is good for your emotions and your physical and mental health. No man is an island. We all need people around us. We need people to support us. We need people to encourage us. Five is meditation. I want us to understand that there are different forms of meditation. There are people who pray as a form of meditation. There are people who play music as a form of meditation. There are people who like taking nature walks. Meditation just involves that practice of mindfulness and being present. Sometimes people are preoccupied with so many thoughts and so many plans about the future and where they'd like to be that they forget to live in the present moment. When you meditate, you speak to yourself and remind yourself to be present in every moment and to make the most out of life and to not live in your head always waiting for the next or anticipating for what in the future. Don't get me wrong, planning is good. Having structure for where you want to go or a dream, that's super important, but not at the expense of you forgetting to be present in every microsecond you have here on earth. And finally, be positive. There's already enough negativity going on in this world. You do not need to add to that. You can choose to think differently. And that's what matters, your perception of life. If you can train your mind to see things positively, even though the circumstances are negative, you have a better shot at maintaining your mental health. Because whether we like it or not, negative circumstances are going to be there. But how we perceive them, how quickly we adapt to them. In fact, if we can see the positive, even in the negative, then we contribute to us seeing life as a beautiful experience where there'll be highs and lows, but you push through. Well, my dear friends, how I wish I would continue so that you could stick around here a little longer. But allow me to summarize. Your mental health affects every area of your life. It is just as important as your physical health. As a psychologist, if there's something that I have observed, is many of the times people wait for their mental health to be at a severe state before they start seeking help. Now, allow me to educate you. When you experience ailment physically, you experience a headache, you experience a tummy ache, you experience a body ache, maybe your temperature changes, and then you decide, it might be time for me to get a medical checkup to see what's happening. That is simple. Your body is signaling you that something is going on. Your immune system is communicating to you that something is happening. This mechanism does not work the same way with mental health. 90% of the time, by the time people seek mental health help, they have suffered long enough. In fact, it has become so severe that they can't perform, they can't do their day to day activities, and then now seek help. So, I encourage you, do not wait for you to reach at this point where it is severe, where you have suffered enough, or for it to be justified before seeking professional help. Here at Let's Talk, I offer therapy, counseling services, personal development, mentorship, and training as a way of helping you take care of your mental health. If you would like to understand more about what it is I do here, how I conduct these sessions, how much they cost, and how I carry them out, please do not shy away from contacting me via talksofmentalhealth at gmail.com. Please do not forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and what better way to support your friend than share this video across all your social media platforms so that somebody else can also benefit and learn more about mental health. I do not take this for granted. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.